Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Caitlin Costello, and I am a young adult author who has books out in science fiction and fantasy, and I follow the indie author path. If you are new here, hi, welcome. Please drop down below and hit the subscription button and the bell so you're notified when I post. I am getting ready to go into the first sort of quadrant of my year. I, as an indie, am able to choose how I want to do my years, how it wants to look, what I want to publish, what I want to market, what I want to do. I'm not on anybody else's timeline but my own. So I tend to structure my year around NaNoWriMo. I am a person that is very driven and community-led, but writing is very independent. So having these communities around NaNoWriMo and Camp NaNoWriMo is really beneficial for me. NaNoWriMo is National Novel Writing Month, and that normally takes place during the month of November. Camp NaNoWriMo is like two little practice months that happen earlier in the year. They take place in April and in July, and we are coming up on April, so it's kind of, like I said, that first chunk of the year. And I am back at it. I'm going to be working on a project, which I'll talk about in a little bit, but I wanted to extend the invitation to join me on this journey. I vlog usually. I try to talk about my writing process and how it is. I believe that sharing the process, the good, the bad, and the ugly is beneficial for everyone because it lets people see that writers are people and that this isn't some lofty, magical career. It can be, but it definitely is not easy. So I believe in sharing that with people. So I do vlog. Usually throughout the year, I'll post weekly vlogs during Nano and Camp NaNoWriMo. They tend to be a bit more frequent, but they are not as pretty because I'm more busy. So if you want to see my life in vlog form, why not hit subscribe? I can't promise that it'll be riveting content, but you know, you'll see bits and pieces. And this month will be really special because I will be doing NaNoWriMo, but also a book launch. You can click other videos if you want to learn a little bit more about my science fiction book that comes out on April 30th. The ebook is currently available. Yeah. So my projects that I will be working on this April. So with April Nano, and July, you are able to pick what you want your project to be. So with the regular Nano, you are not stuck, but you are trying to hit the goal of 50,000 words, which is the average amount that you would have for a novel. That clearly changes depending on your genre, but the base idea is that if you write this much, you have a novel. During the camps, you can change that. So you can do hours, lines, words, though I did notice on the website this year that is a little bit different. So if you look on my website, on my section of it, it currently says that I'm going to do 30 words. What I'm actually doing is 30 chapters. So my goal for Camp NaNoWriMo is you can't really see it, but I've got printed out, there it is, the first zero draft of The First Rules 3, which is my third book in my fantasy series, The First Rules. So I'm going to be working on that revision, and it is about 60 chapters long, so I'm hoping to do 30 chapters in April and 30 chapters in May, with the goal of finishing this revision, by June 1st. I also want to work on a short story idea that I have that I would like to release later this year, but I have a deadline in my head, but I'm not really putting anything on it until I actually get started writing. And that I am figuring will be about 10,000 words. So that shouldn't take nearly as long. So those are the two projects that I'm going to be working on. Again, the website kind of changed how you do things, but if you want to do chapters, you can do like what I said and say 30 words or 60 words. If you want to do hours, you want to track how many hours you're working on a project and set that habit of doing like an hour a day, You could do 30 hours or 80 hours or however you want to track it. With camp, it is very loose in that regards, and it's really, I think, easier to set a habit, though there is less of a community during the camps because it is not the main event of the year. So the pockets are a bit smaller, but people always are doing something. One thing that I love to do that helps to build community is I host live streams here on YouTube every weekend, and I did a poll earlier this week to figure out the time and day, and Sunday reigns supreme. I am on the East Coast, so I am Eastern Standard Time, and we did have to do a runoff to figure out the time, so I will put what the final time will be here. So it'll be Sunday at this time. It was either 9 p.m. or 7 p.m. I'm not sure what it is at the time. I should have looked at that before I started. This is the kind of thing that you get when I vlog, is this scatterbrainedness. It's fun. It's a fun time. So I'll be hosting live streams every Sunday and possibly other times randomly throughout the week, depending on how things are going. If I just need a boost, if I think that the community should get together. So make sure that you're subscribed and you hit that bell so you are notified when I go live or when I post the vlogs. The last thing that I'm going to ask you to do is to join me in this journey. So go over to the NaNoWriMo website. I will link it down below, and add me as a buddy. Sign up for your project and let's get started working on projects together. I am going to be hosting my first live stream tomorrow night. That's Sunday the 28th of March, so that we can get started on planning the projects if you need a little bit of extra planning time, get to know each other, and all of that fun stuff. I would also ask that you subscribe to my social media. I have a Facebook page, an Instagram, a Twitter. My newsletter is down below as well, where I will post progress on my books and my publishing journey, and there occasionally is a super secret discount that is only available for people in my newsletter. And I think that's it for as far as my socials. But I hope that if you've never done Camp NaNoWriMo before, that you enjoy the process. I have been doing Nano and Camp Nano since I was in high school, and it is a staple in my life. I know it's happening every year. My family knows that I'm doing it every year. It just depends on what my projects will be and what I'm working on and how complicated it gets with life. Last year with Miss Rona, it was definitely an interesting time mentally. I had plenty of time to work, but mentally it was difficult. I was also writing a new genre, that science fiction book I mentioned. But this year we're back to work. Things are busy, so we'll see how it goes, and I hope you'll join me on that journey. So again, all of my social medias will be linked down below. Let me know in the comments what project you are planning on working on this year, and I will see you in the NaNoWriMo trenches. I love you all. Bye!